Coming up tonight on News Center Now, the nuances of Maine's new hands-free driving law that you need to know.
Plus, does Governor Janet Mills' brother have ties to that controversial CMP transmission line project? We verify.
And come this time tomorrow, this firework display will nearly double in size for the Portland Pops. This is News Center Now. Good Wednesday evening, everyone. I'm Lindsay Mills.
And I'm Chris Costa. We are in the middle of the 100 deadliest days on Maine roads. So far this year, 61 people have died in crashes, and 13 of those crashes happened this June alone.
Last year, there were 43 deadly crashes on Maine roads between June and August in Maine. Those deaths accounted for almost 1/3 of the deadly crashes in the state, and that's just over a 3-month span.
And with millions of drivers on New England roads, particularly in Maine for the holiday, the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety says it is more critical now than ever to not drive distracted or drunk. And Maine's hands-free law goes into effect in September, and there are some nuances that you will need to know about before getting behind the wheel. The busiest time of year on Maine's roads means drivers need to be more alert than ever.
If at any time there's a time not to be distracted by your cell phone or other things, it's now.
Maine's new hands-free law prevents drivers from holding their phones behind the wheel, and there are some nuances about when and how you can touch your phone. So AAA spokesperson Pat Moody walks us through what you can and can't do.
Getting directions to 68 Marginal Way, Portland.
Using a navigation app on your phone?
You can't do it while you're driving.
The law allows people to interact with their phones only if they can do it through a voice command or one touch, push, or swipe, like this.
Directions to 68 Marginal Way, Portland. And the only way you can engage with the phone is if it's one touch. So you engage either with a swipe or a push of the button or voice commands, some internal communication to activate the phone.
One part of the law gets ignored all the time. The law specifically says you cannot touch your phone while at a red light, like this person, or this person. So when can you put your hands on the phone behind the wheel of the car?
In a spot like this, where you pull off the traveled way, you pull into a parking lot, you put the car in park, and that's when you can pick up your phone and engage with it.
And Moody says teen drivers are not allowed to use their phones in the car at all.
Whether it's hands-free, handheld, that law still applies. So if you're under 18 years of age, the phone shouldn't be on in the car at all.
You might as well put it in the trunk.
Right.
All right, now as a reminder, this law goes into effect in September, and AAA, as well as the Bureau of Highway Safety, plan to do a lot of public education about this topic to make sure that people are prepared for when the new rules go into effect. But if you get caught, the first penalty is a $50 ticket, and it increases for each violation after that. So, phones down.
It's really interesting because in the discussions we've had surrounding these deadly motorcycle crashes here and in New Hampshire, a lot of people have been talking about the dangers of distracted driving. So hopefully this hands-free law really chips away at that problem.
Absolutely.
All right. It was hot out there today, Jess, but we're not complaining because this is summer in Maine and it's beautiful.
Better not be.
Just
kidding. Yeah, it was nice again today, guys. It's going to get even a couple degrees warmer during the day tomorrow, so hopefully you guys are ready for some 90s. Right now in Portland, 82 degrees. I mean, it's just gorgeous, mostly sunny skies. We'll see the sunshine continue into the day tomorrow, but temperatures, again, even a few degrees warmer tomorrow for the 4th. It looks fantastic. Our highs today made it into the mid to upper 80s, 85 the high today in Bangor. Portland also made it up to 85 degrees. Rockland and Bar Harbor, as is so often the case, we're about 10 degrees cooler there, low to mid 70s. But I mean, gorgeous. Sanford almost made it to 90 degrees. I'm sure they'll do it for tomorrow and maybe even on Friday. Current temperatures still not too bad. 77 in Bangor, 82 in Portland, 87 degrees still right now in Lewiston. And look at it, mostly clear. Couple stray showers in far northeastern Maine. Other than that, though, it looks great. High pressure in place, and it's going to look great again for tomorrow. You can see mainly clear skies pretty much all across the northeast right now, and we're going to see that sunshine continue for tomorrow. It's looking great, guys, for the fireworks. You can see temperatures will start tomorrow morning close to 70 degrees at 8 a.m. So you know we're only going uphill from there, guys. Looks like another good one.
All right.
Excited.
Yeah, very. It's about time.
Yeah.
We're owed this. We deserve it.
Right.
All right, thanks, Jess.
Thanks, guys.
A survivor of a collision that killed 7 motorcyclists has sued the pickup driver charged in the crash and the trucking company that employed him. Attorney John Heyman says he filed the negligence suit in Hamden Superior Court in Springfield, Massachusetts on behalf of Joshua Morin, who was still hospitalized at Maine Medical Center. The suit names Westfield Transport Incorporated and Vladimir Zhukovsky. Zhukovsky has pleaded not guilty to negligent homicide. Heyman says Morin suffered a fractured leg, other bones, and other injuries in the June 21st crash in Randolph, New Hampshire. It's something we've been talking about for months now, the controversial CMP transmission line, which would provide power from Hydro-Quebec to the New England grid. As of last week, 3 more towns pulled their support from the project despite continued backlash. Governor Janet Mills is remaining firm in her backing of the corridor.
So some of you at home are asking, why is she still supporting the corridor? And you're questioning if there's something for her or her family to gain from this project. News anchor Samantha York has been looking into some of your questions and is here to verify.
In the last year, we have been bombarded with questions and concerns surrounding the CMP transmission line project. Most recently, some of those concerns from you at home have shifted to Governor Janet Mills' support behind the project. More specifically, if her brother, Peter Mills, has any ties to the corridor or if he has anything to gain from it. We set out to verify, going straight to the source, Peter Mills himself, as well as this public document, the Memorandum of Understanding between Central Maine Power Company and Western Mountains and Rivers Corporation. Here's what we learned. Mills does currently sit on a board of a charitable nonprofit called Western Mountains and Rivers Corporation, an organization established back in 2017. He admits the nonprofit has ties to CMP and the corridor project, but he says it's a very specific partnership.
The purpose of the corporation was to negotiate with Central Maine Power and possibly with Hydro-Quebec to see to it that they would put together terms to mitigate in a public and charitable way, to mitigate for the impact of the power line if it were built.
Public documents detail this agreement between the two entities, which includes CMP's requirement to provide $250,000 to the nonprofit's trust fund for startup costs and other proceedings.
It has been used to hire an attorney to represent the interests of the corporation in the legal proceedings before the PUC and LERC and the DEP, and in negotiating for any mitigation terms, including, the creation of land rights of way through the Kennebec Valley.
So where does the rest of that money go? Mills says the agreement between CMP and the nonprofit clearly shows it doesn't belong to him or anyone else on the board.
Because it's a charitable corporation, there is a sentence in it that goes like this: all the assets and income of the corporation shall be used exclusively for its charitable, scientific, and educational purposes, and no part thereof shall inure to the benefit of any private individual.
As critics continue to question his motives, Mills says both he and his family have nothing to hide and nothing to gain.
If there were any truth to the idea that we were getting a personal gain out of it, that would be improper.
So yes, we can verify that Peter Mills does in fact sit on the board of a nonprofit that has ties to both CMP and the transmission line project. But according to the agreement between the two entities, any money provided by the power company goes into supporting the organization's mission and does not go to anyone on its board. With your Verify, I'm Samantha York, News Center, Maine.
And Mills also says if the power line project does not go through, whatever money remains would go to local organizations that align with their mission to protect and preserve the Kennebec Valley area. And of course, if you at home ever have something you would like us to verify, just send us an email to asknow@newscentermaine.com or find us on all our social platforms.
And speaking of social platforms, a lot of you have been talking about some of the the outages to Facebook and Instagram today. If you're trying to weigh in right now on our News Center Maine Facebook page for this live stream of News Center Now, you're probably having an issue with that. So we apologize for the technical difficulty. We know that Facebook is working to get things up and running as soon as possible. Coming up, a new lawsuit that stems from the mass shooting in Las Vegas and an update on a $1 billion project at Chernobyl.
And after a one-year hiatus, a 4th of July tradition returns to Maine's largest city. A look at the preparations underway for the Portland Pops when we come back.
The family of a woman killed in the Las Vegas mass shooting has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against 8 gun makers and 3 dealers. The lawsuit alleges AR-15 style rifles could be easily modified to fire like automatic weapons.
It targets Colt and 7 other gun manufacturers along with gun shops in Nevada and Utah. The family of 31-year-old Carrie Parsons of Seattle argues the firearms are thinly disguised machine guns. They charge the manufacturers knew their weapons could be easily modified to allow them to fire in rapid succession.
A new structure built to confine the Chernobyl reactor at the center of the world's worst nuclear disaster was seen for the first time. Reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine exploded and burned down in 1986. The complex construction effort to secure the molten reactor's core and 200 tons of highly radioactive material has taken 9 years to complete and cost almost $2.5 billion.
Coming up, we'll see how Maine is getting ready for the 4th of July celebrations, including a tradition that's returning to Portland.
And if you want to catch our live stream, you can go to YouTube. And speaking of returning, Jess Conley coming back with the forecast. Preparations are underway for shows of fireworks happening statewide tomorrow. And in Maine's largest city, something that was missing from last year's grand display is back.
Due to a funding struggle, the Portland Symphony Orchestra did not perform as they had in years before on the Eastern Promenade, but now they're back and with a bang, all 1,976 shells worth of fireworks to be exact.
It's back.
Brian Corcoran is orchestrating a transformation of Portland's Eastern Promenade.
Well, we can't sleep fast enough. It's going to be a busy 24 hours, as you can see behind me. These guys have been at it. You know, this is not a one-day thing.
The stage is nearly set for the Portland Pops.
It's not July 4th without the PSO.
And the Portland Symphony Orchestra is making its return for the 4th of July fireworks after a hiatus due to a lack of funding. At one point, the entire show was in jeopardy, but that was last year.
It's an opportunity to reboot. We heard the loud cry from the community.
Months ago, the city cut ties with the Stars and Stripes Foundation that used to put on the event and started accepting bids for the fireworks display.
There's 337 shells going off in that first minute. Now just think about that. How many shells are going off every second?
Stephen Marson, founder of Pyro City, Maine, won the $40,000 bid and a contract for 2 years. He and his crew spent a couple of hours Wednesday setting up all these motor tubes along the trail, not far from the Eastern Prom stage. He says it will take another 8 hours to load every shell for the 27-minute show. The grand finale alone?
938 shells to be fired in 7 minutes.
But all the while, he has something more on his mind.
98% of the fireworks that come into the United States today come from China.
The threat of the country's trade war with China.
They haven't yet, but they could on this second round of tariffs that the president's looking to put on. Ultimately, it's a 25% tariff. Just that in itself would cost me an additional $800,000 a year in buying product.
And he says that cost could be passed on to the consumer. But for now, no financial struggles on the local or global level will stand in the way of Portland's fireworks display.
We're here to really do it right.
Now, the Portland Pops is set to begin at 7:30 tomorrow night, with the fireworks beginning around 9:15. Marston's Fireworks Company, by the way, is running 50 shows across 5 states, mostly in New England, tomorrow alone. We have more on all the fireworks displays happening statewide at our website and mobile app. But yeah, they're so busy.
I hope he's got a nice pair of like industrial headphones, like a landscaper uses to put over his ears, because that's insane. And good weather for
I know.
the shows.
I'm so glad. I feel like the pressure's kind of off now because it's just going to be spectacular tomorrow. It's going to be gorgeous all day, and then tomorrow night like 75 and clear. So
Perfect.
you couldn't ask for anything better. So let's take a little tour around Maine right now with some of our webcams. Some of these gorgeous shots. I'll stay out of the way so you can see. And look at this, pretty in Kennebunkport. It's gorgeous. Mount Katahdin, just beautiful in the mid 80s. Up in Baxter, Raymond at 85 degrees too. So it's beautiful. Hopefully you got a chance to get out there and enjoy it. Mostly clear skies. Couple showers were up in northern Maine and far eastern Maine, eastern parts of Washington County, but other than that, pretty quiet. It's going to stay quiet through the day tomorrow too. You can see high pressure in place, keeping it nice and clear all across pretty much the northeast really. And tomorrow's going to stay nice. A few clouds will be around during the day tomorrow, but I mean, other than that, just gorgeous. It's still 82 in Portland, 89 in Gray. Anyone at 90? Yeah, Parsonsfield. Up to 90 degrees now, and tomorrow temperatures even a couple degrees warmer than what we're seeing today. Dover Foxcroft is 90, Smithfield is 90, Bangor now at 77. You can see a little bit of a sea breeze kicking in, 67 now in Castine. Tomorrow though, even warmer. Look at these high temperatures for tomorrow. We should make it close to 90 in Bangor, 90 plus in Lewiston, Augusta, Waterville. I mean, just beautiful. 87 tomorrow in Portland, and then still staying warm into the day on Friday too. It's going to be nice and mild. A few more clouds around though for Friday. So pretty nice days still on the way. Here's your forecast for the 4th. I mean, it looks great really all day, and you can see even into tomorrow night it's going to be mild, maybe a little on the muggy side, but it's going to be gorgeous, nice clear sky. So let's go through the planner for the day tomorrow, the hour by hour forecast here. We're starting out around 70 degrees. Again, it's only going uphill from there. You can see mostly clear skies through tomorrow. A couple clouds move in as we get into tomorrow afternoon, but just great. I love it. It's going to be fantastic. Friday looking good too, mostly clear in the morning. A few clouds move in as we get into Friday afternoon and evening. It's not until Saturday though that the next chance for rain comes in. Looks like Saturday morning will start with a couple scattered showers, and then you can see this front coming through as we head into Saturday afternoon. That's going to bring us some rain and possibly a few thunderstorms too. The other thing that we're kind of keeping an eye on, those dew points. By Friday, dew points will be in the low 60s. You'll start to really notice the humidity, and then by Saturday, dew points all the way into the 70s. So here's a look at your extended forecast. Still just beautiful for the day tomorrow. It's going to be gorgeous, partly to mostly sunny tomorrow. More clouds around for Friday, but it's still going to stay hot. On Saturday, that cold front comes through really in the afternoon and evening. We'll get some rain and some thunderstorms, but look at even into early next week. I mean, it looks fantastic. It's going to be nice and bright. I know July 4th is on the wrong day. Just forgot to move it. Monday and Tuesday, it's going to still stay nice, upper 70s, lower 80s. So we're on a roll. What can I say? We're doing pretty well. This is summer in Maine. That's what we wait all year for. Right?
Exactly. We earn it. That's for sure. Jess,
good news.
thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Hundreds of thousands of tourists scattered across the North Chilean desert yesterday to experience a total eclipse of the sun. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun. It's a rare phenomena that happens in any given spot across the globe. Eclipse watchers in Chile were not disappointed when the 95-mile band of total darkness moved eastward across the Pacific Ocean. The Chilean Astronomy Society says the region in Chile had not seen one of these since 1592. The next one is not expected until 2165. Let's hope they had their glasses.
600 years? Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except in this next story.
This is kind of bizarre. This video shows a Nevada Highway Patrol officer pulling over a van for illegally driving in an HOV lane. It turns out the black vehicle was a mortuary van, and the driver claimed the corpse he was transporting was his passenger. The trooper says he laughed when the driver asked whether the body in the back counted to drive in that carpool lane. He responded saying he's not with us anymore, and then issued the driver a warning before letting him go.
I'm not sure whether or not to laugh at that.
Yeah.
But this next story will make you laugh. This one I like a lot.
That's true, and it's on the road as well.
Yeah.
Maine DOT, some new signs out for the 4th of July.
So take a look at these. Ketchup is for hot dogs, not the road. Oh, these dad jokes only get better. Be the grand marshal of the safety parade. Okay? Speeding to the beach Oh, shell no.
That's my favorite.
And you may sparkle, but don't drive lit.
These are great.
All great tips, and you'll definitely remember them because they're catchy and funny. Those guys, they do the best.
They really do a great job with those. Well, we have a lot more news coming up on News Center Maine at 5:30. Let's check in with Amanda Hill for more on that. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, guys. You talked about that lawsuit filed on behalf of the survivor of that deadly New Hampshire crash. Well, we're going to find out what the lawyer is hoping for. Plus, we have a live report from Jackie Mundry, who is at a vigil tonight. And this time of year, a lot of pets run away from home, freaked out by the fireworks. We're going to have some tips on how to keep those animals safe. That's all coming up at 5:30.
All right, looking forward to that, Amanda. Thank you very much. We'll be right back after the break.
With Facebook and Instagram down for much of the day today, maybe paid a little closer attention to Google. Google actually has now right at its home celebrating America's pastime and the 4th of July. With a click, you can swing a bat, and if you'll hit it. Some people say they spoil their pets rotten, but what you're about to see next is taking that to a whole nother level. It's a Deluxe hotel in Oregon where your animal gets the red carpet treatment. Take a look.
Portlanders, we love our animals, we love our pets.
That's Hamilton, and that's his friend Juan Carlos, and they are in for a treat. They've come to the Hotel Deluxe with their pet parents for a most untraditional take on afternoon tea.
If you haven't had the scones, it's so good.
A tea service made just for them.
Oh, we're just going for it.
Baked in-house by the hotel's pastry chefs, the cheddar scones and peanut butter cookies are a big hit. Especially the frosting.
They're all natural ingredients, no sugar added, healthy for the pets, and an excellent treat for midday.
Senor Juan Carlos even sips a soothing, nerve-calming herbal tea. Hamilton, he just wants another cookie.
It is a little silly, and it's probably not the weirdest thing you can do in Portland, but it might be up there.
Pet tea, where every proper dog gets a seat at the table.
Hamilton, what do you think? Buddy. High five? Yeah.
And that does it for us here at Now. News Center Maine at 5:30 starts right now.